Hello my friends, so I welcome you in the love and in the light of the one infinite creator. And in today's session, I have channeled the beings known as Ra, who have given us information about the queries which I had placed today. And the queries which I have asked pertains to primarily a spiritual practice for June 28, as the June 28 is the new moon time, and it's very wonderful time for taking your focus on your spiritual essence and then improving yourself, because even if you do it for one day, you will improve on a daily basis and you will become more and more balanced internally, and your life will be balanced on the outside world as well. So that was the first query. The second query I asked was about what happened with the guardians of the looking glass. So as you all know, there was a group known as the Guardians of the Looking Glass, and this group, they also had a YouTube channel as well as many other social media sites, and it turns out that many of their content was deleted or it's gone. It's gone from their channel, and there's only one video, a recent video which many other YouTubers were also talking about, which sounded really not like the Guardians of the Looking Glass. So it felt as if they had been hijacked. So I wanted to know what was going on with them, and the answer is given in the session. And the other thing is the query about was the moon landing faked. So this was the query which I have asked in this session, and this will, I think, open your eyes to what's actually the truth in the world, and what we believe in. We may believe in things which are not really real, but it's up to us to decide what we resonate with. So in this session, what they have also said is that the third density and the fourth density split of Earth is happening. So it's happening at a rapid pace. As you already know, it has been happening for a long time, but right now I think the pace has gotten a bit faster. So the spiritual practice will help us to become even aligned. And this new moon, what they have said is the new moon will change everything for your spiritual energy if you apply this method. So before we start the session, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for liking the video, as it helps to reach out to people. And towards the end of the video, I'll explain to you what I understood and open up a beautiful gift which I recently received. So here is the session, my friends. Enjoy it.
I am Ra, and we greet you now in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. We communicate now through this instrument's vibratory sound complex system provided for this session to occur. We are honored to communicate to the human collective consciousness today through the vibrations of this instrument's channeling system, which have aligned with our vibration, which occurs in a narrow band sequence and is much harder to receive. However, we would like to state that before this communication proceeds any further, discernment is advised, which means that you have the free will and the right to reject any information which does not provide you with inner satisfaction with your true self, and leave behind those which feel not right for your mind, body, and spirit complex. Therefore, today, upon scanning the mind complex of this instrument, we are of the opinion that the planetary sphere is now spiraling into a split of third density and fourth density polarities, as well as a shift in the energetic vibrations of the people of the Earth planet can be spotted from our location. Upon scanning the vibrations of the people of the Earth planet at this time, we can sense that there are two groups of people forming. The one group of people, primarily who are involved with the third density reality, are trapped in the play of the illusion complex, whereas those who are in the fourth density vibration of love and compassion understand and are able to observe above the third density play of reality, as the third density can be considered as a play of incarnation, which means that before the incarnation occurs, each soul begins choosing a type of illusion complex in which to incarnate into, in order to understand the certain aspects about its own self, depending upon the catalytic nature of understanding required. And for this purpose, it chooses its parents and the so-called environment in which it wants to incarnate and to play in the illusion complex, to try and understand and to learn the lessons required for it to become oriented towards a more balanced nature. Since the split of the vibration of the Earth planet is now happening at a rapid pace, it will be advised for the people of the Earth planet to realize that the new moon on the so-called 28th of June of your planetary vibratory sound complex identification of space-time terms is a great opportunity to find out that you are able to balance yourself, and the more you are able to balance your energy centers, you will be able to enter into the vibration of fourth density of love and compassion. A simple method of balancing is advised, which we shall now share. The process is simply to realize that any memories or any events that you have encountered in the past, and the memories have energy cords attached to every energy center. If the memory is that of fear, the attachment of the energy cord will be higher towards the red ray energy center, and if the energy is towards the orange ray and the yellow ray energy center, then the events involving conflict of the ego will be apparent. Therefore, you must take some moment within your incarnation cycle at this time and become conscious of the energy cords which are attached to your energy centers based upon the events of your past. These events are those events which have a huge impact on your energy vibration, and many of the mind, body, and spirit complexes who have incarnated at this time are yet unaware of this fact, that the memory sequences attach themselves to the energy cords of your energy center if they have emotional imbalances. Therefore, we shall now share with you a simple method of balancing all of your energy centers and purifying yourself to become more like the one infinite creator. The first step is to identify what kinds of events have occurred in your past, or the kinds of impressions or memories which you have in your mind complex. And if there is an event which causes you to become angry, fearful, or other emotions which are not of a higher vibration, then such memories must be rewritten in your minds. The process is to simply enter a state of meditation by closing your senses from the illusory reality and opening yourselves to the domain of the infinite. Within the infinite, you can then bring forth that memory and rechange it, replay it in your mind's eye using the first person perspective as you had wanted it to happen. You can also completely undo events from your past which have higher energy cords attached to your energy centers. By doing this, you will free yourself and you will free all of your energy centers from such attachments. This will give you a new, fresh energy sequence. We shall now provide an analogy to help you understand. Once upon a time on the Earth planet, around the period of 2000 in your space-time, there was an entity who had undergone traumatic events in the past. And this entity had created large energy blocks within its energy centers because of the emotional nature of the memory it had encountered. This was hindering its progress, and therefore, in the dream state, it was advised by its higher self to perform this process of remembering or changing the past in its mind's eye. And from the first person perspective, this entity then rehearsed a new past, rehearsed a new memory as if it had happened. And the liberation of energy imbalances made it to become purified, and this allowed the energy centers to be balanced once again. This led the entity to become ready for a higher purpose, and the purpose was to share the message to the people of Earth planet. This entity then went on, writing many books for ascension. Furthermore, this is a great method which can be used at this time. And this period of 28th June, as known in your language vibratory sound complex terms as the new moon, can be the new moon which changes everything. Therefore, we shall now address the other query which pertains to worthy groups known as the Guardians of the Looking Glass, which had been working for providing information of space-time continuum on the Earth planet in order to warn humanity of the plans which had been planned by the negative polarized entities in order to stop them. We can sense upon scanning the information requested upon your planetary sphere that there has been a dichotomy or a bias within the Guardians of the Looking Glass. There are many entities in the Guardians of the Looking Glass who desired to use such a technology for their own personal gain, and there were certain entities who did not want this to happen. Because of this dichotomy, they were split into two groups, and they were forced to battle amongst themselves using their technological devices. This caused the so-called Guardians group to disassemble, and there are only a few mind-body-spirit complexes in the positive polarity, as many of them have chosen now to enter the negative self-service pathway because they found that even by providing information to save humanity, these entities could not find enough satisfaction. Therefore, this has occurred at this time, and we as the Ra Confederation can state that there will be many entities in the future trying to create messages of fear, anger, hatred, etc. Therefore, we would recommend each entity to use extreme caution when listening to information from such groups. Furthermore, we shall now address the final query which is in the mind space of this instrument, which relates with the so-called moon landings and the so-called pictures of the moon landings, the videos as known by your people of the moon landing, and the desire in this query is to understand whether the evidences provided in the form of the so-called videos and audios and the so-called pictures is a real representation of the moon landing or a fake representation of the moon landings that took place. Furthermore, we as the Ra Confederation are of the opinion that there had been moon landings which had taken place. However, the evidences which are floating in your space-time experience amongst the people of the Earth planet are a false representation, which means that they were recreated by entities who make the so-called movies for the purpose of providing a much clearer representation of video, audio, as known by your people, to allow your people to visualize properly the events that took place. Since the purpose of the lunar landings or the moon landings was to primarily find out what types of civilizations existed on the back of the so-called moon. At that time, there were many bases of the Galactic Federation which now have been removed. Furthermore, we as the Ra Collective can also share that the videos and the audios which are the evidences stated by the people of the Earth planet of the moon landings are, as known by people, not real. They are only meant for visual representation and were created outside of the real events which took place. Since the so-called photographic and the camera system of the planetary sphere were inaccurate to work in such an environment at that space-time. Therefore, we leave you now in the love and light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth rejoicing in power and peace. Adonai.
So my friends, after watching this session, I hope you have learned something valuable for your own spiritual growth. And for me personally, what I learned is a simple spiritual practice, and that is how to unblock or free ourselves from the energy cords which are stored inside our energy centers. Now, as we all know, our energy centers, they are our seat of, like high magnitudes of energy are located in our certain areas in our body. Those are the energy centers. And if we have some fearful experience or some unwanted experience, the energy gets stored inside here. So you cannot be really free, okay, unless you actually unblock your energy centers. And the exercise that the Ra Collective have given is very simple and effective, and it's amazing, okay. It's very simple. What you have to do is, firstly, become conscious of yourself. And then you just becoming conscious of your memories that you have. If you have some memories of unwanted events, or if you have memories of events which you thought you did not want to happen and they happen, right? And if you have some events which created some trauma in your body, okay, like there are certain events in your memory which created unwanted anger or unwanted emotions, okay, they were created in your past, in this lifetime, in the past timeline, in this lifetime as well. So what you can do is, what they have said is, you can take those memories one by one and then slowly change the memory, okay, by using first person perspective, by closing your eyes in meditation, or you can do it before going to sleep. wherein you are almost like in a meditative state. You can just close your eyes and then, you know, change the scene. Okay, you change the scene to make it as if you know, it had never happened, or you can change it to something even better. Okay, so it's up to you. And the moment you start to do this, you do this over and over again in your head. The more you do this, the more you change the memory inside your mind, you will feel a release of these energy cords. Okay, like you feel free, like, you know, as if, you know, like you are born again. You'll feel free. I tried this myself, and it definitely feels free and fresh, like, you know, you don't have any you never had any problems in your life. Okay, never. And you just do that, and I don't know, your energy changes. It works. This is amazing, right? So the other thing they said is, in the new moon period, which is the June 20th, there is a heightening of the third density and the fourth density split, or the vibration separation, which is happening, right? As you all know. So we can do this exercise to become more and more aligned towards the fourth density, which is of love and understanding. Okay, so the other thing that I asked about was the guardians of the looking glass, and they said that, you know, inside the group of the guardians of the looking glass, you know, there was some kind of conflict amongst them, and they separated into two groups. And, you know, one group, I think, you know, wanted to do good for humanity. One group, you know, became selfish, and then, you know, they I think they fought with each other, and that's why, you know, most of the content is deleted. Most of this stuff is gone, right? I think that happened. That's what they said. The other thing was about the moon landing. Now, the thing to remember here is that, in as per the session, I remember what they have said is the moon landing did happen, but the pictures and the videos which we see are not real. So what that means is that, you know, the pictures that we see, they were probably made after the event or made before the event, in order to give us an example of how the event looked like. They are not the real video. They are not the real pictures which we see of the men walking around in the moon crater. Okay, and I think, you know, they have also explained that in that location the cameras do not really work that well. So I believe, you know, this is what they've said in the session. And with that being said, let me open up this gift which I have received. This gift actually is from wait, okay. So the first thing we have here is, we have got a lot of gifts. Yeah, okay, so we have a letter. So let me read the letter first, okay? So it says, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, as you can see. And it's from Janet Smith, designer and owner. Janet Smith, thank you so much for sending me this gift. And let me read to you what's written over here. So it's written, dearest Sam and family, I just wanted to say a big thank you for all you do. The singlet head wraps for your mom and girlfriend are adjustable so they can fit well. The button air is for you. It easily clips onto your suit pocket. The box with a triangle inside is from the YouTube channel Eat, Read, Love by Sal Bayadora. He really likes buying from his website. Okay, I hope you like the handmade gifts that I made. It's my own business and what I do. Love and light and peace from Janet. Wow, thank you so much for sending this, Janet. And let me show you what's inside the gifts. So we have over here wow, look at this, my friends. So this is all handmade, and it's amazing. So this is a beautiful rose which you can clip. Wow, incredible, right? This stuff is amazing. And then we have over here, So let me open this up. So here we have wow, my friends, look at this. This stuff is incredible. Whoa, this is like some amazing jewelry right here. Wow, nice. And then the other thing we have over here is wow, look at this, my friends. This is even incredible, right? This is like absolutely amazing. Wow. And then we have over here okay, so this is probably the triangle. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is the triangle, which, wow, this stuff is absolutely amazing. Look at this. Nice. And then we have, I think that's it, my friends. So, thank you so much for the gifts, Janet, and they're so amazing, absolutely beautiful. And also, I want to say big thank you to all of you for watching the video and sending me requests for past life sessions on my email, and also supporting me on Patreon, where I'm uploading 3 times a week sessions on my Patreon channel. And then the other thing is you can download the PDF of my sessions for free. The link is on the description. With that being said, see you in the next video.